There is a hostage crisis in Pakistan now. We are learning more than 100 trained passengers have been abducted. This hijack responsibility has been taken by a Baloch rebel group. We are also learning now 6 Pak army men have also been killed. And as per more information now coming in, there were about 450 passengers on the Jaffar Express that was going towards the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa area. We are learning, as per the BLA, that's the Baloch Liberation Army, they've let go of the women, the Baloch people and children. But the other people have been taken in, they've been of course abducted. My colleague Arjun is also now joining us on the broadcast here. Arjun, more than 100 people we are learning have been abducted. Any more information?
Well, that's absolutely correct. To put things in fact, perspective, the Baloch Liberation Army derailed the Jaffar Express near Mushkaf village in Balochistan province. The train, which was carrying around 400 passengers, was on its way to Khyber Pakhtunkhwa from Balochistan at the time of the incident. Now, the BLA has issued a statement claiming that 6 military personnel have lost their lives in the attack, and they have taken over 100 hostages. Now, these interestingly include active military personnel, personnel of the Pakistan police, personnel of the anti-terrorist force in Pakistan. And all of these military personnel, of course, were traveling to Punjab on leaves. Now, the group has also issued a statement underlining that all the women and children have been released from custody, and it's only the Pakistani security establishment personnel that still indeed do remain as hostages. Meanwhile, the group has now, we just have another handout coming from the group warning the Pakistani establishment of severe consequences if they try to use any sort of military action to try and get these hostages back. For our viewers and for perspective, it's very important to underline here that this is the same militant group, the Baloch Liberation Army, which was responsible for Pakistan's deadliest terror attack in 2024, which occurred in November at the Quetta railway station, where around 25 people, in fact, lost their lives. And this attack comes right at the back of the World Terror Index 2025, which places Pakistan, in fact, only second to Burkina Faso on the index. And of course, the TTP, on the other hand, in Pakistan has also been named as the fastest growing terror organization in the world. Back to you.
Okay, well, the Baloch Liberation Army has for years been claiming that they are the oppressed lot, and the Pakistan military has been using means against them, using misusing power against them, and they are the oppressed lot, and their people have been killed. They have been at the mercy of the Pakistani administration for long now. All right, Arjun, thank you so much for getting us those details. We also have senior journalist from Pakistan, Mr. Imtiaz Gul, also now joining us on the broadcast here. Mr. Gul, what more do we know about this attack, this hijacking that has taken place? We understand there were about more than 400 people on the train, and at least 100 people have been abducted now.
Well, I'm extremely amused, and I must commend your reporter that he is much more informed than the reporters who are sitting in Quetta, in the provincial capital. They are at the moment clueless, but Arjun had a lot of much more detail coming out from the area near Sibbi, which is 100 to 150 kilometers or 300 kilometers away from Quetta. But this is the latest that we have gotten, and I think there's the press releases coming from the Balochistan Liberation Army. But I'm not sure whether we really have to give it credence, 100% credence. I mean, we really have to take that with a big pinch of salt. Nevertheless, there is no denying that the train has come under attack. There have been casualties, and the earlier reports had said that the train has been taken hostage inside a tunnel. But we received some images a while ago which showed something up in flames, and the claim was that this is the same train that had been hijacked or attacked by the Baloch Liberation Army. But this burning object is parked outside in the open area, so it's not inside a tunnel. So we don't know more than that, but this has been, of course, one of the most brazen attacks on a passenger train. Earlier, as your reporter said, in November 2024, the Quetta railway station witnessed a similar big attack, which killed at least 26 people, some of them soldiers. Also, in this case, I think what reports that we are getting, there were a few soldiers on board. We cannot confirm this, but the reality is that this is a very big surprise shock attack on a train that has been reportedly carrying 400 to 500 passengers.
The Baloch groups now have intensified their offensive against Pakistan, and we've seen in the Balochistan region there have been a number of attacks in the recent years, and we understand that the situation remains quite fluid at the moment and serious. However, we'll try and get more details about this. But how do you see this, Mr. Gul? This is a big and shocking attack, hijacking that has taken place on this very train in the Baloch area, but we understand civilians have not been targeted so far. The information that's coming in, the women, children, and of course the Baloch people have been allowed to go. It's the men. It's the we understand that so far the information that I have is that it says that men belonging to the Pakistan military have been either killed or abducted.
Well, this is the information that we are getting from the Baloch Liberation Army, and this is their claim. We cannot, neither can you, basically confirm the veracity of those claims. So we really have to wait for the official confirmation as to whether there were security people inside the train who may have been traveling, from Balochistan to Peshawar or up country. But we really, I would say, have to be careful in accepting the Balochistan Liberation Army or Baloch Liberation Front press releases. I mean, they've been making similar claims. At times, we often basically take them with a big pinch of salt. While the incident may have taken place, in this case, the incident has taken place. But whether the numbers that are being given out are correct, and whether the claim that they are not targeting the civilians is correct at all, because this is a passenger train, and if it is attacked with grenades and with bombs, obviously passengers, the civilians also get killed. So in this case, I think there is no discrimination between the civilians and non-civilians. But Mr. Gul, we understand,
we've been talking about it earlier with Arjun also, the Baloch people, they consider themselves as an oppressed lot. They say that their people have been maimed and killed by the Pakistani army and the Pakistani administration. This could be a reaction to that.
Well, I think this reaction, I wouldn't say there's been this Baloch resentment has been finding expression in various forms. The ongoing insurgency by BLF or BLA or BRA has used those grievances by the Baloch people as a legitimate ground for such offensives. But we also have to consider that the majority of Baloch are represented in the Balochistan Assembly. They are represented in the National Parliament, both houses. So it's not just if one group says that they are oppressed, it doesn't necessarily represent the entire Baloch population. There are grievances, of course, there are complaints. People have been talking about it, but now to portray that Balochistan
on social media also that have been released. But all right, we understand that the Pakistani administration, of course, considers it as a militant or a separatist group. And we understand in the Balochistan region also, there have been a number of attacks in the recent past. And that has been the latest one that we are tracking at the moment. We'll try and get more details about this. Thank you so much, Mr. Gul.